Hi, you guys. Welcome back to Colby's Corner. And today we're here to be hateful. We're rightfully hateful, but we're here to be hateful. Something in the past couple days has just been brewing up in my spirit. I'm trying to see if my phone is gonna turn back on. But yeah, something has just been brewing up the past 2 days, and it's about Chris Brown. The title of this video is going to be I Hate Chris Brown. I hate. I wish nothing but the worst, nothing but the wickedest. Like, I wish, not, harm or anything, but I just wish, I hope none of your flowers prosper. Yes. Yes, that's where I am. There is something going on. I refuse to look into it. About Chris Brown because I've been on Twitter and sorry just to hop into the video, but yeah, hey, but yeah, I'm ready. So I've been on Twitter for the past. Context. I've only allowed myself to get on Twitter for the weekends. So anything that really happens during the week, I might not know about. And I just come and kind of see the remnants of whatever's been going down. So I get on there and I keep seeing tweets about Chris Brown hitting my timeline. And I'm like, why is this happening? Because I don't keep up with Chris Brown. Unless it is I don't keep up with Chris Brown, but unless it makes it to my timeline, then I'm like, what the hell is going on now? It's just I don't know. And it's always the exact same conversation. It is always my side, the people who are actually reasonable and are looking at y'all y'all need to let Chris Brown go. Chris Brown is an abuser. Chris Brown is a terrorist. Let's let it go. And then there's the other side, which is y'all need to let that go. Y'all need to move on. Y'all need to do this. And I don't get it. Okay. So I'm going to start off by reading to y'all an article that has a list of all of Chris Brown's legal troubles. And this, y'all, let me just say this article, it's a People article. And it only tells y'all things that he's been sued for, things that have only been to court and been discussed in court. That's the only thing that are in this article. So there's other things that are left out, things that people haven't pressed charges for, things that are just alleged. There are things that are just not in here. So keep that in mind. This isn't even everything. What I'm about to read to y'all is not even everything. Let's start there. So here we go. I'm gonna read it. I did read this before. I hope this doesn't come off as me reading it for the first time. I have read it before, but yeah. This is the complete history of Chris Brown's legal troubles since 1999, 2009. Let's see. Okay. So we have February 8th, 2009. This is where Chris Brown beats up Rihanna. And everyone, including Chris Brown, wants us to believe the fact that Rihanna is just that's the only violent thing he's done. And that's just not true. That is not true. People will tell y'all it was just one time. Chris Brown, I forgot. I remember he wanted to be at the VMAs and he was like, y'all can't get over that one mistake. Y'all don't make mistakes and stuff like that. That's not the only thing. This was just the beginning. This was just the beginning. This is the start of the article. 2009, what he did to Rihanna. And what he did to Rihanna, if you go read that report about the harm that was inflicted, the things that was inflicted on her, he bit her. Go read it. And you just gonna have to sit there and be like, what? What makes you do this to especially someone who is your girlfriend at the time? What? But yeah, that's where we're starting. 2009 Rihanna. Then 2 years later, 2011, March 22nd, this is when he goes on Good Morning America. I think someone asked him about Rihanna, and he flips out. He is throwing chairs at windows. He's yelling at staff, and he walks out the building shirtless somehow. And like he just like flips. He just flips. So that happens. Then next year, 2012, June 14th, he is involved. This is the thing with Drake and whatever was going on. Either way, he was involved in a brawl at some New York like nightclub. So obviously he ain't learned. 2 years later, he beating up people again. Then it say he got tested for positive for marijuana, but like I don't give a fuck. October to November 2012. This is a Halloween party. It describes him showing up to the party as an Islamic terrorist. That's weird, but okay. But the whole point is he violated his restraining order that Rihanna had against him. Rihanna was at this Halloween party, and boom, they got you. Then 2013. This is something that also, y'all. 2013 January, Chris Brown and his crew assault Frank Ocean. I feel like I remember this. I don't know how old was I I'm 20 now. I don't know how, I can't think right now how old I was in 2013. I don't know. But I feel like I remember this happening and just being like, oh, Chris Brown just beating up people. Like, Chris Brown is just beating up people. And then, so yeah, it says like him and his entourage, some of his entourage was yelling, homophobic slurs. And it says reportedly, this was over a parking spot. Chris Brown and the people he hang out with willing to beat up and pull up slurs over a parking spot. What does that say? Later that year, because of that incident, I'm pretty sure his freaking probation was it says his probation was revoked. And then it says it was also revoked. No, it wasn't revoked because of the Frank Ocean thing. It was revoked because he was involved in an alleged hit and run. This is just a few months after he was yelling and beating up Frank Ocean. It also says he threatened to shoot Frank Ocean, which is, y'all, come on. So there's that. October 27, 2013, he is arrested for felony assault. Then October or later after this, he is entered to rehab. Okay, woo. He gets kicked out the rehab for for violent behavior. This is when he smashed his mama car and stuff like that. So okay. Then 2014. In February 2014, he finally gets his diagnosis with bipolar disorder and post-traumatic stress disorder. I'm gonna give. Sorry, my nose started running. Ooh. But yeah, in 2014, he is diagnosed with bipolar disorder and post-traumatic stress disorder. Okay. I'm gonna say two things. At this point, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I really don't. Because honestly, to me, as a a person who cares about the harm that I inflict on other people, if I did what I did to Rihanna, I would have got diagnosed then. Because how can you look at what you did to this lady, know what you did to this lady, and not be like, what's wrong with me? What led me to inflict the things I did on this lady? Like, why did that not happen? And then when you flipped out again at the GMA over that, the GMA, Good Morning America, yes. And then when you allegedly got involved in a hit and run, and then when you got into a brawl, and then when you got into another brawl with Frank Ocean, like, why did it take this long for you to finally go get something, a diagnosis? Like, the victim list is already, like, it's already piling up. So yeah, it explains it. Like, there's something wrong with Chris. There's something mentally off in Chris Brown's head. But like, that don't excuse nothing to me. Sorry. And then he gets kicked out of the next rehab facility he gets into. Um, let's see. In 2014, this is him pleading guilty to an assault, but this is like an assault that happened in 2013. But yeah, guilty as charged. And then ooh, in 2015, May 5th, 2015, he allegedly hits a man in Las Vegas. He gets detained in the Philippines, but this is for something else, I think. Something not violent related, but in 2016, January 2nd, 2016, he is investigated by police after a woman alleges that he hit her and stole her phone at some party. In June 2016, he is sued by one of his managers that says he was viciously. The manager said that Chris Brown viciously attacked him. Is this a month later? Yeah, 2 months later, he gets arrested on suspicion of assault. In April 2017, he allegedly punches a photographer. June 2017, he gets the restraining order from Karuchi, his ex-girlfriend. May 2018, he is sued by a Jane Doe for sexual assault. This is random. In December 2018, he is charged for possession of a restricted species. He has a capuchin monkey? Like, Chris Brown is just doing stuff, doing terroristic activities, and it's just not being stopped. In 2019, January, he is detained on potential charges of aggravated assault and drug infractions. I think the woman said he drugged her, allegedly. In June 18, 2021, he is accused of striking a woman in his home. Actually, it says women in his home. January 27, 2022, he is sued by a woman claiming that he assaulted and drugged her in Miami. And that is the end of the article. We have violence from Chris Brown going from 2009 all the way to 2 years ago. And y'all want us to just move on? To just ignore? That's what y'all, and that's not even everything. What was that girl? Tokyo. Y'all know that video where Tokyo was calling out Chris Brown, talking about he wouldn't let dark-skinned girls in the section? Like, that's not even included in this. So it's just like, I don't understand. I don't understand what is this grip Chris Brown has on my people, black people. Y'all gotta explain it to me, because one, his music is not that good. His music is mid at best. Sorry. Like, there's nothing innovative about Chris Brown music. There's nothing that you just need to have about Chris Brown music. You can find Chris Brown music like in someone else. That type of music that Chris Brown makes in someone else. I promise. Or you can find something better. So, Chris Brown's music's mid at best. Sorry. Chris Brown, maybe y'all find Chris Brown. I don't think I've ever found Chris Brown attractive. I remember I had a friend in middle school. She was obsessed with Chris Brown, which is so crazy because she was a dark skinned girl. So she loved Chris Brown down, but like, Chris Brown wouldn't like you. So that's crazy. But she used to go up for Chris Brown, and I never found him attractive. Like, I was always telling her, like, he not all that. I remember. So like, I've never found Chris Brown attractive, but like, I guess some of y'all do. Music whack. His performances, you can find that anywhere. And like, it's just like, nothing about Chris Brown is just like unique. Nothing about Chris Brown is revolutionary. Nothing about Chris Brown is innovative. So it's just like, what are y'all holding on to? Chris Brown's never gonna have this moment that y'all want him to have. Y'all keep trying to push this idea that like Chris Brown was robbed of, his big moment, his stardom, his, his thing. I saw a Facebook post the other day talking about Chris Brown would be, up there with Beyonce and stuff like that if if he wasn't crazy, right? And I like it's never gonna happen. It's never gonna happen. Chris Brown's moment is over. It's past. It's past, and it's all his fault. So I don't get it. I don't get it. Why are some of my faves doing like Chris Brown PR? Like Kelly Rowland at the MTV Awards when she was talking about y'all doing too much on Chris Brown. Y'all need to chill out. I just saw Jill Scott making tweets talking about Chris Brown is so talented. And it's just like, is he paying you guys? Is he paying you? Because I don't understand what y'all are getting from this. Like, what are y'all gaining from this? Especially people who have like an established, like Kelly Rowland, you have talent. You have actual talent. Jill Scott, you have an actual career. Why are you going up for Chris Brown, whose career is is already crumbled? I can almost get into the head of the new R&B girls who was just pulling Chris Brown collabs out of nowhere. That was a weird time. When the new, like, doesn't Chloe has a collab with Chris Brown. I remember Normani was dancing with Chris Brown. And it's just like, I get that because, like, they just want a moment. They wanted a moment. I guess I get that. But also, like, Chris Brown is not going to give you a hit. So it's like, I just, like, what does Chris Brown do for y'all? Y'all got to explain that to me. I don't understand. He's not helping you career-wise. He's got to be paying you, hopefully. I really hope y'all are not doing this for free. I really hope. But yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. And I feel like I am being gaslit. I'm being gaslit to believe that, I'm being gaslit to believe that, like, something's there that's not there. Like, there's nothing there. And I think that is the point. I think that's another thing that just confuses me, because I just don't see why. I don't see why. I don't see why y'all are doing this, because the conversation. Oh, I had an analogy. Okay, hold on. Backtrack. I had an analogy about, imagine I'm a pyromaniac, right? Imagine I just like burning houses down, right? I've burned down 5 houses. And now I'm looking to move into a neighborhood, but everyone knows I burn houses down, right? And so they're not neglectful. They are it starts at the end, doesn't it? They don't want to let me in the neighborhood. Basically, they hear me and they're like, "That's the man who burned down the 5 houses. No, we're not letting him in our neighborhood. No, we're not letting him in. Get him." And imagine me, the pyromaniac who has burned down 5 houses and looking to move into this neighborhood. I come into the neighborhood and I'm like, y'all can't forget about that? Y'all can't forget. Y'all still talking about that? How y'all know? Y'all don't make mistakes. Y'all wait. It's not that serious. Calm down. Like, that's how I feel. Like, that's how I see this situation. But no one's treating it like that. Imagine, like, okay, so imagine like the neighborhoods that I burned. In the houses. Hold on. I'm trying to pull the analogy back together. Hold on. So I'm the pyromaniac who has burned down 5 houses. Imagine the neighborhoods that those houses coming in. People in those neighborhoods of the house where the houses were. Imagine those people coming out and being like, y'all need to forget about that. It was just that house that nobody wanted. It was just those people in that house. It was just this. Let him in the neighborhood. That's how I feel like I'm seeing this. That's how I feel like I'm watching it, and I'm like, what? Like, what? What? Like, and I like, what y'all? And the thing is, y'all want us to just forget. Because the thing is, Chris Brown is not remorseful for what he's done. If you bring it up to Chris Brown and tell him, like, the reason you're not getting what you're getting is because you did this to this person, this to this person, this to this person, this to this person. You have done nothing but cause terror to all these people. So like, no, we're not gonna give you things. If you tell that to Chris Brown is gonna look at you and just be like, oh, y'all hold on to anything, y'all just want. But this person, remember when he was like, oh, but these white people are out here doing this and this, and y'all don't do nothing. Remember that? Whoa. That just hit. Who did he call? He called out some white man who was like, who was like a assaulter or whatever. He was like, but they can do that. And it's like, both of y'all need to go to hell. Both of y'all need to go to hell. Like, what? I don't understand. Like, what? So it's like, I don't get it, because there's like, they simply want us to forget. It's not, y'all aren't even coming from, because the thing is, if y'all actually like thought this if y'all's, what am I trying to say, if y'all's if this campaign to get Chris Brown back into Hollywood had actual like anything behind it, y'all should go with this idea that Chris Brown is just mentally ill. That's what I feel like would be obvious. Like, Chris Brown has bipolar disorder, but never in a defense of Chris Brown have I seen people bring up the fact that he's mentally ill. I've yet to see it. I don't know if that has, something to do with black people not believing in mental illness and stuff like that. That thing that's going on in our community. I don't know if that's a thing, or like, y'all just don't care. Because I've never heard that as an argument, that Chris Brown, like, he deals with bipolar disorder, you guys, like, just give him a second. Like, it's never that. It's just forget. It's just forget about everything he's done. It's not that serious, but the music good, but he deserves, but he makes mistakes. It's always just that. It's always just forget. And I like, am I crazy? Am I crazy that I'm not just going to let what Chris Brown has done to people slip my mind? Is that crazy? Is that like, I genuinely feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone when I see stuff like this. Like, I just don't get it. I really, really don't get it. And the thing is, another crazy thing is, you could always just enjoy Chris Brown in over there. I didn't have to know you like Chris Brown. Like, there's never any shame either. Ooh, I thought someone was at my door. There's never any shame. And I don't understand, like, where's the shame? What happened to shame? You could always go over there and listen to your Chris Brown without anybody knowing. But they always, for no reason, it's always like self-inflicted. They always come out of nowhere and defend Chris Brown. And I just, like, why are you letting me know that you're stupid? Why are you letting me know that you don't care about, like, just violence that is inflicted upon these people? I don't get it. Yeah, I think that is what, like, really irritates me about the whole thing, because it just doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. The push to get Chris Brown back into our faces just doesn't make sense, because the thing is, Chris Brown still gets played on R&B radio. Chris Brown still gets attention from BET and like things like that. So it's like, what more do you want? What more do you want? Chris Brown doesn't even have the talent to take up the space that y'all want him to take up. So it's like, what more do you want? What more do you want? People still listen to Chris Brown. People, like, I honestly feel like the majority of people, like, just in regular life, actually don't give a fuck about what Chris Brown does, honestly. So it's like, what more do you want from me and my people? And I think, to wrap up this, I want to get to a place in the black community, and honestly in the world in general, but I'm going to focus in on the black community right now. I want to get to a place where we can just drop these men, drop these horrible men, because I don't. There's so much better. There's always better than shit. There's always better than shit. So why, like, I understand the black community, like, we're going through things, but are we that cooked? Are we that cooked? Are we that fried that we need to hold on to Chris Brown? Like I said, me personally, I don't believe he's all that talented. So it's like, why are we holding on to someone who don't even do that much? You can find another. There's so many talented black men who can sing, dance, perform, who are creative, who have vision. There's so many talented black men who have all that and don't beat women and don't beat people, who aren't just violent human beings. There's so many more. Why can't we just find someone else and make them and fill them in that spot that Chris Brown once had? Why we can't do that? Why that can't be? Why we gotta always hold on? Not we, y'all. Why y'all always gotta hold, like, even with Jonathan Majors, like, y'all are holding on when BET invited him to that red carpet with Megan Good, and y'all are like, black love, like, it's black. Y'all, like, is black love that low down that we gotta hold on to, that we gotta use Jonathan Majors and Megan Good for representation of black love? Like, is what are we that, like, is it that bad? Is the fatherhood in the black community so terrible that we need to hold on to Bill Cosby? Is the state of music so low that we need to hold on to R. Kelly? Like, please. We not black people. We're not that bad. We not that low. We not that low. Like, come on. Come on. Come on. Side note, Step in the Name of Love is not that good. I'm so sorry. I remember I was at like a family cookout and they played R. Kelly, child. And I was like, oh brother, they played that. And I heard Step in the Name of Love for the first time against my will. And I was like, I can't believe this is what everything is like. This is what y'all are willing to excuse everything that he's done for? Y'all seen the tweets and but Step in the Name of Love is a good song. Y'all know R. Kelly dirty, but I love Step in the Name of Love. That song is so mid. So mid. So mid. Yeah. Those are my thoughts about, like, just everything. Just everything. Like, y'all, let Chris Brown go. Let him go. And if y'all want to go read the article that I just read, it's a it's on people.com. And honestly, just look up like list of Chris Brown offenses and you'll find them. Even the I think you can find like the things that like he wasn't charged for. There's like other things like that. Let me see. Yeah, there's like other stuff in here, like him shoving a woman to the ground in June 2013, him stealing a woman's phone, him throwing somebody from his bus. Hello. Yeah, there's a lot more that you can read out there on that man, but yeah, y'all, I hate Chris Brown. I hate Chris Brown, and honestly, moving up to equal level hatred are the people who defend him, who defend and just go up for him with literally nothing being gained. Like, I just don't understand what you gain from defending Chris Brown. Like, what do you get out of that? What do you get? Like, I promise, you say one nasty thing to Chris Brown, he will beat you up. He will beat you up, beat your mama up, destroy whatever you got on you. Like, I promise you. But yeah, those are my thoughts. I just need to get this off my chest because this rant has been sitting up in my soul all weekend, and honestly, since a while. But yeah, I have I have a video ranking songs on Cowboy Carter. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I have kind of went back and watched the footage. I'm probably still gonna upload it just because like the footage, like it took me so long to do. So I'm like, why not? But I kind of want to refilm it. I don't know. So that might come out in the following days. I'm not sure. But yeah, I filmed that. I'm editing it. That's happening. Yes. But yes, thank you all for watching. Um Subscribe if you want to. Let's talk. Let's chat about hatred for Chris Brown. If you come in my comments defending Chris Brown, I don't make my blood boil. Don't make my blood, like, please don't piss me off. Please don't piss me off. Um is that all I have to say? Yes. Thank y'all for watching. Bye.